full to catch you high vibrational beings today here. Yes, all the chosen ones have shown up a little bit later live today. Hi guys, how's everybody doing today? So listen, here's something I want to share with you so that you can understand this, and this will help you vastly to change your life. There's the cue right there. Always these cue cars. Hey. All right. So modern science has shown us that physical reality is not fixed. Modern science has demonstrated that the world we live in and our own lives we interact with every day, our problems, our situations, our views, our neighbors, our job, our little countries, our little circle of friends, how we feel about ourselves, what we desire, what we want. Modern science has shown us that it is all a grand illusion. That's right. The thing that is stressing you out, the people that you're concerned about, the ones that you're wondering how they think of me, how they view me, the things you want in your life, wondering if you can get them or you can never get them. Why isn't it here yet? It really doesn't exist. Unless you give it permission to do so. That's right. Modern science has thrown the bat out the cage, so to speak. Science has now shown us that we are in fact superhuman beings. You know, like you watch on those movies, those superheroes, comic book people? You're one of them. That's right. You're just playing a role here in this reality. You know, there exists two types of world. The one you can see, and the one you cannot see. You really should be paying attention to the one you cannot see, because what lies in the one you cannot see is all your dreams, all your passions, all the desires, all the money, all the success, all the fortune. It is beyond your frame of sight and senses. But nonetheless, it is still there. But there is a problem. A huge problem. You know, I don't like to use the word problems. I like to use feedback, but I'm just to catch your attention that there is a big problem that is looming upon the three-dimensional world. Here's the problem. The problem is you haven't been properly taught, schooled on how life really operates. The next problem, you have been conditioned to believe, watch this, boop, what you see, boop, what you hear, boop, what you smell, boop, what you taste, boop, what you speak as your sole truth. That's a huge problem. Hey, how many people think you have 5 senses? Can you name your 5 senses? Are your 5 senses all there is? I bet you'll say yes, sir. Why would you say yes? Because what you're seeing, right? This got to be the truth. This got to be the world. This got to be what it is. No, my friends, you're wrong. What if I told you that your 5 senses are your biggest holdback? Hi. Your 5 senses are betraying you every single time from manifesting your biggest and all out the way desires. That's right. Your own eyes, your own ears, your smell, all of it is deceiving you from getting what you truly want. The very thing that you're using to interpret your world is the very thing that's stopping you. That's crazy. Man, that's beyond crazy. That is preposterous. That is perplexing. That makes no sense. Taste, smell, feel, hear, and touch. All of those guys are like fooling you. So let me show you what's really happening and how you can get into your other senses. By what I mean your other senses, how about this? 1 billion bits. Do you know you, oh wait, do you know you process 1 billion bits of senses per second? All right, you only thought you had 5 senses. You process about 1 billion bits of sensory input every second. Did you know that? All right, we're getting somewhere. Check this out. You see, what happens is there's a limit to your brain. This organ here in the brain. It does marvelous things for us. It's just doing the best it can. But your brain is really limited to what it truly can do for you. So if you want to get into your manifestation, you have to exit your brain. Oh, wow. What is this guy talking about? How are you going to exit the brain? Yeah. You got to leave your brain, man. You got to get into the field. You got to ride the wave. You got to ride the Wi-Fi. You got to ride the signal. No, the brain and the minds are two separate entities. So let me tell you what's going on. Let me show you what's happening here. All right. So what modern science has shown us as well is that we have been duped, that all our entire lives we are only capable of seeing 1 to 2% of reality. So modern science has shown us that all the things we see, no matter how fascinating, no matter how lovely they look, the beautiful trees, the plants, the smell, the sky, the air, your car, the whatever, all the wondrous nature, the waterfall, the beautiful seas, the creatures, it is still only 2% of actual truth out there. 98% of real reality is unavailable, cut off, not in your local broadcasts. This channel is not available due to copyright issues in your station. It's one of those signals you get. Please subscribe to view this channel. Beep, beep, beep. This broadcast is not available in your area. Imagine that. 98% of the true stuff is not available in your area. What's going on? Even your own memories, they don't even know where your memories are. Your memories don't even live in the brain. In your brain, there's no precise location of memories. So that means all the things you're remembering, it's not even coming from your brain. So this is what I say to you. I said, if you want to manifest big stuff, you have to leave the brain. Okay, let's talk about the brain. First of all, the brain is like a hub. It's a receiver. So since the brain is a receiver and it's only capable of receiving certain things, you have to go beyond the receiver if you want to do the big stuff. Is it possible to go beyond the receiver? Mark, don't I use my brain to just perceive what you just said about the receiver? How can I go from something that I'm using to perceive something else? That makes no sense. It can't be done. Yes, it can be done. And this is how it's done. Hey, what's up? Oh, wow. See, you guys are on it, man. Here we go. So, see, you guys are the chosen ones. So, we have a comment here from Ant. So, Ant just showed you the way to get out of your brain. Here's how you get out of your brain. It says, what up, brother? One way to get out your brain is pure awareness. Stop thinking. Yes. Once you just lock in and zone in like this, just like this, and just let it, whatever's happen, you exit the brain. Now you're in the field. So what you do, you go outside the brain, you get the high information, you get the 98% that your brain can perceive, and you take some of it back with you, and then you use your brain as a hub to process it. So it's like a boat. So imagine your brain is this boat, and you want to catch some real good fish, okay? And you say, damn, your boat is tied down to an anchor. You can't really move your boat. And over there, it's like a nice big school of fish, but you can't get over to the fish because your boat is anchored down. So what do? You look inside your boat, you say, wait a minute, I got some snorkeling stuff right there. Look, I got a visor, I got an oxygen thing. Let me put my snorkeling thing on. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna jump out of my boat. I'm gonna swim over to the fishes. I'm gonna use my spear there on my thing. I'm gonna catch a bunch of fish. Then I'm gonna take the fish, go back to the boat, my brain, I'm gonna put them in the boat. That's how your brain works. That's how you do it. So when you leave the brain, that's when you start to go within. When you understand that the brain is a temporary solution. That when you now to take it to the next level, to get out of the brain, is to first understand that there really is no brain. Wait a minute here. Look at this. Always when I'm on my live, I always get all these calls. See, like everyone's like planning and say, okay, when you get on live, we're just going to bombard him up with calls. How about that? How about there is no brain? If you want to get out of the brain. You ever see the movie The Matrix? When the guy says, hey, where is it at? Let me get it. It's not a spoon, it's a fork, but it's close. He says, hey, bend the spoon. He said, well, what's going on? The truth is, there is no spoon to bend. There is no brain. So, let me explain to you. All right. So what modern science is hinting on something that's going to be very phenomenal and groundbreaking for many decades to come. Modern science is on the edge of showing us that even our own bodies and our own brain is a conjunction, a conjuring up of consciousness, of imagination. Modern science is on the precipice of showing that our brains in our head and our body are hallucinations of our imagination. That there isn't really a brain. It's a useful tool we generate to use to make sense of reality. Yeah, they're on the precipice of showing that. Yeah. Well, Mark, how are they on the precipice of showing that? Well, they go into what's called particle physics. And when they started to study the atoms, the electrons, the protons, and the neutrons, something fascinating happens. They find out that the same material that makes up the brain, the ingredients of my brain, the ingredients of your brain, the ingredients of my flesh, my body, it's not even real. Someone says, Jehovah's Witness, come to my house when I'm on live. See what I'm saying? So that literally means I am conjuring up my own brain. You're conjuring up your own brain. So if you're conjuring up your own brain, that means you're also conjuring up your own limitations and your own beliefs. So if I stop conjuring up the brain, and what if I just exit the brain? And what if I just go out into the space or the dimension? And what if I just live outside of it and just start seeing what I want through my imagination? Because in my imagination, by the way, when you imagine stuff, you exit the brain, by the way. When you use your imagination, you aren't tied to your brain. Cool. All right, let me show you what science have discovered. So, the brain creates energy, what we call electromagnetic energy. Your heart creates the same energy. They can measure it. So around your brain, around the space of the brain, okay, so this is the brain inside of your skull. Outside of the brain, it creates a magnetic field. See, like the earth, you got the ozone, you got the atmosphere that protects you from so your brain, when it's doing all the neurons and all the synapses, it's creating residual energy, and that's in the form of electromagnetic energy. So look at your brain. So from right around here, whoop, all this is information that's encapsulated right here. So where you want to be is out here. You don't want to be in here. You want to be on outside out here. By the way, outside of here is where your memories live. Oh, by the way, outside of here, if you notice, I'm outside of here. I don't have limitation. I could expand this. I can go that way and that way. If I'm inside of here, I got a skull, man. So if I'm outside of here, not 6 to 10 feet, your heart has the electromagnetic frequency of about 6 to 10 feet. So your heart is a whole nother level. So I want to enlighten you and show you some remarkable ways that you can use other avenues to create your life. So you can exit the brain and go outside of here, and then you can bypass the brain. You can go to your heart. Okay, if you don't like to manifest from the heart, guess what? We have another brain we can go to. We go to what's called our enteric nervous system, our gut. So we can go to our gut, we can go to our heart, and we could go to the field outside of our brain. Now when we enter the field outside of our brain, that's when we start to see the 98% of reality that was hidden from us. By the way, the 98% of reality that's hidden from us is not physical, objective stuff you can see. It's in what they call a state of superposition. It's in a possibility, multiple reality world. It's in an infinite probability of existence. It's in energies and waves. So if you could see real reality, all you would be able to see is a bunch of quirky energies spinning around. You're not going to see physical stuff like this. It's just been compressed down so you can make sense of it. But the raw material that manifests everything is in its full form outside of your brain. So, to take it to the next level, to get the big stuff in your life, you cannot use your brain. You have to use the field around your brain. And that could only be achieved through your imagination, your visualizations, your expectation, your knowing. When you turn those on, you're in this space right here. Because you see, this energy, the electromagnetic energy, it is from the source that gives you the life you see around you. It manifests everything for you. So one of the biggest problems we face in modern society is that we have been programmed to focus on our limited brain. So now we got that. Let's go to the next level up. So Mark, you just told me I can exit my brain and I can go into the field. So don't I use my brain to really think? Don't I use my brain to process information? No, you don't. Oh. Okay, I repeat that. You do not use your brain to think. You do not use your brain to process information. You don't conjure up your own thoughts. You don't conjure up your own emotions. There's something bigger at play. Whew. Okay, so what is the thing? So Mark, this makes no sense to me. I'm here thinking. I'm here listening to you. I'm here processing the information you're saying to me. I'm using my brain. No, you're not. Here's what's happening. Something else is processing the information and it's sending it to your brain to make you think and accept and believe that you are the one processing the information, that you are the one feeling the feeling, that you are the one thinking the thought. I just told you, your brain is a receiver. It's not a creator. It's a receiver. Something else is powering your habits, your actions, influencing your thoughts, your beliefs, your desires. And it's not your brain. So, can anyone tell me what is that thing that is powering? Nope, not your ego. Your ego is very limited. Your ego chills with the brain. Your ego hangs out with your brain. Nope, not your soul. Your soul is beyond the brain. Your soul is not even in this game. Your soul is too advanced to be here. Nope, it's not your heart. Your soul is your higher self, so it's not your higher self. Your higher self, let me set the record straight so I make it easy for you guys. Your higher self or the soul don't play this game. It's too advanced for this. It leaves it to someone else. So it's not your higher self, even though your higher self can do all of that, but the higher self is on another level. So yes, it is the face, what is this? The face painter got it right. It is your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is the guy that you want to get to know, or the girl that you want to get to know. It is your subconscious mind that talks to your soul or higher self, that sends the information, and then it goes to your brain, and your brain processes it out. So if you want to live outside of your brain and make more money, more anything in your life, and win the lottery and manifest all that stuff, if you want to do all that stuff, you best start living in imagination and visualization. You best start interacting with the subconscious mind. You got to become an expert in knowing your subconscious mind. That's the guy that is in charge of, but how you feel, how you think, what you think is influenced by your subconscious mind. It sends the information to the brain. The brain processes the information, sends it back to you as a self. A self believes it's feeling, it's thinking. That's all being done by the subconscious mind. Where is the subconscious mind located? Well, you know it's not located in the brain, right? Can't be in the brain. So why? So first of all, let's talk about processing power of the brain and of the minds. Okay, the brain, we're going to put the brain with our conscious mind, because our conscious mind is highly connected with our brain when it comes to logical thinking, structure, analyzing. They can find locations of that in your brain. So they know where your logic structure is, prefrontal cortex right here. That's where logic happens. They know where all that stuff is, reasoning, judgment, smart stuff. We're going to tie that to the conscious mind. So when we tie that to the conscious mind, we only get about 17,000 to 20,000 thoughts per day in that mind. Okay, so we know that. Neuroscience. Now we go to the subconscious mind. We know that it cannot be in the brain, because the brain is only capable of doing 17,000 to 20,000 max thoughts per day. On the other hand, the unconscious to subconscious mind, it can process 1 billion bits of sensory data per second. So your brain can't house that much power, that processing power. So the subconscious mind is really in the field. It's around you right now. It's here and everywhere. It has no location. It's non-local. It's in all states at the same time. So someone asked me this question: is there any truth that mind is body? The truth is, all is mind. There really is no body. Body is an illusionary generator from the consciousness, from the mind. All there is only the mind. Not the brain, the mind, the awareness. The awareness assimilates a projection of a body, of a me, of a you, of a tree, of a car, of a phone. So technically, yes, your subconscious mind could be the God, everybody want about it. But oh, wait, we're not finished yet. Not finished. The subconscious mind gets its information from somebody else. So subconscious mind can't technically be the God. So as smart, as powerful as your subconscious mind is and getting all this information, it is also being fed from another source. So what is the other source that's sending information to the subconscious mind? That's called the superconscious mind. Okay, wait a minute. So we got conscious, subconscious, now we got superconscious. So the subconscious gets all the information from the superconscious. So what's the superconscious? Is it God? No. The superconscious is what highly spiritual awakened beings will call the Akashic records. In science and physics, it is called the field. More specific, unified field, zero-point energy field theory, the ether. Heard of those things. The superconscious mind is the space that have all the information that's descrambled up into what they call qubits. Like your phone has pixels, space has qubits. It's all the information that's descrambled up, and then someone puts it together and sends it to your subconscious. But wait a minute, we're still not finished. Even the superconscious mind gets its information from something else. Damn, we just keep going. Think we're finished, huh? Still blowing your mind? Or get ready for this one. So where does the superconscious gets its information? Then we get to the main man on the block. We get to the big kahuna. We get to the king of the kings. We get to how all of this starts. We get to pure consciousness, awareness, higher self, soul, whatever you want to call it. The intelligence, source energy, the one that generates you, the one that generates the field. Now let's go into that part. In the higher self part. Now we move beyond the brain, the mind, the subconscious, the superconscious. Now we're into the big leagues. In the big leagues, in the higher self part of the mind, and this is unfortunately, this is where the buck stops with you and I. What I'm about to say to you right now, unfortunately, you and I, we are going to attempt to imagine this. We are going to try to imagine what I'm going to say to you, but we are epically going to fail. Because we, as limited, three-dimensional beings, we cannot access that type of information. So here it is. In the higher self realm, there is no such thing that exists called space or time. See, I told you. Can you imagine a place where there is no space and there is no time? Told you. But you know who can imagine it? Actually, not who can imagine it, but you know what can prove it and what can show you? Mathematics, physics. Physics have shown that there actually exists a place where there is no space or time. Yeah. So go ahead, try to imagine a place where there's no space or time. You can't do it. So in that realm, there is no space or time. So the higher self generates space-time. So technically, there is no space-time space-time is a tool or a headset that we use here to help us navigate our desire and manifest. So it's a useful what's the best word I like to put for you? It's a useful screensaver. Yeah, it's a useful tool. So because space and time, it's something useful. But outside of it, there really is no space and time. So, how can this information help me, man? This sounds all very fascinating and good, but what is this going to do? How is this going to help me pay the rent? How is it going to help me make more money? Well, I mean, yes, this information can make you make more than enough money and make you not only pay the rent, make you own blocks and buildings and mansions and yachts, if that's what you want to do. So if there is no brain, and if you can exit the brain, and if you can get into the field and then send information to the brain, if you can get into the 98% that's hidden, that means the answers that you can't find here are there. So if you want to generate more income, it's not here, it's there. You can go get that. If you want to generate better health, you can go get that. If you want to generate your business, your success, you can generate all of that. You can go get all of that because it's not in your brain, it's in the field. So now you see how this can help you. So what's the secret to do it? And listen, I've just told you a lot of science and all this stuff, but guys, it's so really simple, and it's so simple that when I tell you it, you're probably gonna laugh. Okay, so you want to know the secret to get into that world? Visualization, imagination. See? If you can see a picture in your head of whatever it is you want, if you can see the amount of money, if you can see the amount of lifestyle, if you can see an image of yourself being healthy, whatever you can see in your head, you're not in the brain. But wait, not that simple, not that simple. There's another part you have to do that. Not only you have to see that, but you have to see it a lot of times. You have to repeatedly see it so much that it gets impressed in the subconscious. So the subconscious can take it, regurgitate it, and make it your physical reality. So as you can clearly see, I just clearly demonstrated to you that there really isn't no such thing as the brain. It's just a useful tool that we have here to make process information. Or if you can't accept there is a brain and something that'll make you feel a lot better, then you can see that your brain is just a hub. It's like a median. It is a tuner. It is a receiver. So your brain cannot independently go on its own and generate thoughts and generate feelings. It is being guided and directed by a higher intelligence. So if you start to think with your brain and operate with your brain, you're putting yourself in limitation. So I learned this a while ago. So I make this video now because people are ready to understand this truth. I couldn't make this video 3 or 4 years ago because people would say I'm a quack, I'm weird, I'm wacko. But I can make this video now because modern science now has proven what I've been saying, that they are realizing that we are just generating reality. And the reason I can make this video with such confidence now is because of what happened in 2021 or 2022, where two physicists won the Nobel Prize, Peace Prize, for showing that reality is non-local. It means it's not even here. So if it's not even here, my brain isn't here. Your brain isn't here. Nothing is here. It's being generated or streamed from another source. So now you can clearly put it together and say, oh my goodness, this guy have a point here. But it is so very hard for your brain to grasp that. 2022, okay, I stand, you correct me then. So they won the Nobel Prize in 2022. And I will encourage all of you to go read that research paper. The paper that they came out with that showed that none of this is here. So what you should be doing with this information, you should be using this information to better your life. It is called reality is non-local. Just research that. Physicists proves or shows reality is non-local, or reality doesn't exist. Wherever you want to put it in, it should pop up there. There you go. Yes, everyone Google 2022 Nobel Prize in Physics. There you go. So Sally put it there for you guys. I encourage all of you to do that, because it will open up your consciousness, and now you can believe in your desires, that what you truly want, it can come into reality, because it is all being generated by you, for you. So there you go. Some fascinating stuff. If you want to learn more, just to show you that you can do anything, you can even go win the lottery, like I did. Manifest here. Here's the book I wrote on it. How to win the lottery using quantum mechanics, quantum physics. See this? This is what I did. So see that? It shows you that reality is really an illusion, right? You can do that. And this is the cheat code to mastering the game of life. So we dive deeper. Both of these, Amazon, paperback edition. To take the next level, you can get into my one-on-one mentoring program, where I can teach you a structural ways to enhance and better your life. Break the cycle of lack. So that's the knowledge I want to share with you today. And you should be very excited. It should be very exciting for you, because the reason why this should be very exciting for you guys is because it is being deliberately suppressed. It is not on the mainstream. This is something that's not being broadcast. 2022 physicists won the Nobel Prize for showing that reality is non-local. So you should be very excited, because now it takes the chain off of your mind. So you're not limited, my friends. You're truly unlimited beings, and you really truly can bring into existence anything that you can conjure up. Once you know the process, how it works, and you will see it. All right. So I see all of you chosen ones again. Bye-bye.